Hey again and welcome to a new video. So today I want to play the new Damba, or not really the new Damba, but he got a little bit of buffs to his base kit, so his mining spirit do heal a little bit more over time, and he got some cooldown reduction and card buffs to some god cards. But I'm not using any of this in my current loadout for the Spirit Chosen legendary. So we just can tell about how the new buff, how the new base kit buff, so to say, feels. And we also play on the new timber mill. So on the PTS, currently you only get timber mill as the map because they reworked timber mill a little bit. So just to test out how it feels, if there are any bugs or texture bugs or whatever. So we basically just want to. That was unlucky. I think my cooldown just went off the second she died, so I actually couldn't heal her there. Cause I just pressed right click and then did work, and she was basically in front of me. So I guess it was just on cooldown. So yeah, we just want to. I like to use my god aggressively, as I said in a lot of talks, and for Yagorath, or especially for point tanks or point fights, the aggressive god is really strong. So just put it on the on the ground on the point, farm some ult charge. I really want to to heal my Yagorath, but I kind of was afraid of the Grover. So okay, I thought he would push us. Yeah, what I wanted to say, just spam the god on the ground, on the point, and farm some ult charge. Yeah, just ulting the money here to make sure we don't die. Because she would have killed us, I think. Well, it looks like I might die to Vara now. I don't know if my slither was on cooldown or something, but I couldn't slither, so maybe I was crippled, but I don't know. But that's fine. My team should kind of sustain on the point for at least a little bit, so maybe I can come back in time to heal them. Let's see. I kind of want to get on the high ground, because I feel like high ground is still pretty strong in this map, even if they took out the little wards, so to say. But oh no, I'm getting ulted. So for you can see this is what it looks like to get ulted by Yagorath. You basically can't do anything else but shooting. So just try to shoot her, but especially on Damba, you can't kill her in time, because I think you can't even use abilities, so I couldn't use a god to maybe deal a little bit more damage. So pretty unlucky there. We just need to. Yeah, we just need the help of the team. That's basically what you want to do. It's similar to a Khan ult or something. You want to focus the one who ults. So you want to focus Khan or Yagorath, because the target itself can't really do anything about it. So maybe a big game Cassie or something. But she still has 40% damage reduction if she ults you. So even with big game Cassie, it's kinda rough to kill her in time, so you really need the help of your team. But it's not impossible. I've played a lot matches on PTS, and I actually managed to either get killed myself while ulting or to kill the other Yagorath. So nice, we got the kill on Vara here, that's good. So here, I don't know, we basically just want to try to defend, so we can't do anything but waiting for the other team. We could push a little bit more, but I don't like it too much to over push or something. So especially on Dama, I kind of like to stay a little bit behind, because you have a lot of range on your heal. So now I get pushed, I want to get out if possible. Nice, I think we get out. Use the guard for myself, just to make sure I can get back earlier in the fight and heal my team earlier again, so to say. Yeah, just throw guard. She might not use it, I don't know, but it still gave her a little bit more heal than only my right click. Nice. So sometimes I feel like her hitbox to heal her is kinda weird, so it's so hard to I played some matches on Damba with a Yagorath, and it feels so weird sometimes to heal, because if you heal around her head area, it's actually hard to hit your heal. So I actually try to heal her body or her tail. I don't know if it's a tail, but I don't know. I think you know what I mean. Oh no, my Lian's just running away. She should shoot the dragon. I mean, you also want to run away from the dragon, but you want to shoot it. Nice, we got the kill on Grover. That's good. I feel like we kind of get a lot of kills compared to other games, but Damas especially is a pretty strong healer to also win 1v1s, because you have you bring a lot of utility. So you have your stun, you have your fear, you can slither out. So if you get ulted by, I don't know, a Lian or a really strong ult, you can deny the ult damage with your slither. So I don't know, you could even play more aggressive on Damba. I know a lot of people who like to play aggressive and go for every 1v1 they could take or something. But it's fine, I guess. Yeah, don't pay attention to the Lian. I don't know. Some people here on PDS are just, yeah, I don't know. Just don't pay attention to them. So again, we want to try to start on the high ground. Just throwing the gourd on the ground on the point to maybe deal some damage and heal my Yagorath. Okay, we also got the kill on Devourer. That's good. So we basically won the first fight about the point. Yeah, couldn't do much there. I healed her, but the beam still killed her, so nothing more I could have done for her. I could have ulted, but my ult probably would have taken too long to actually hit. So I would have used my ult, she would have died, and there was no value out of my ult. So now I get pushed, just ulting to make sure I either don't get pushed by another one, so Imani just ran into my ult, and I wanted to defend myself against, I think it was Vara. Maybe we can still kill Grover, so we stagger him a little bit, I don't know. But it looks like he gets out. And we don't want to stay in front of our Yagorath. She blocks a lot of damage, so just try to stay behind her. I think Vara is behind us. You're just pushing up a little bit, but... Okay, I got the kill. Just pushing up a little bit, but I still want to try to stay behind cover. Nice, I actually can spam around the tree a little bit. Nah, I can't kill him, I think. And I don't want to go for the kill, because I probably would have died if I would have went for the kill. So killing Luna there, because she's in a position where we could spam a lot of damage to her. So for now, I really feel like Damba feels really good. I mean, I didn't really understand why they buffed him, but well, on the other hand, I understand it kinda, because sometimes if your team was affected by COD, it was a little bit rough to actually keep them alive. But yeah, just telling her that I heal others, so just because I don't know, I probably shouldn't respond to that, but I don't know. It's not like I'm pocket healing her, so I do actually heal others. So on a good healer, I feel like you should try to heal everyone, not only one. So I mean, isn't it a good sign if someone thinks like, why, like
5, 4, 3, 2.
like if someone thinks you pocket heal them, then I don't know. It's a good sign that you're healing good or something. No, what I wanted to say. So I feel like Damba feels really good now, so I don't see my team often affected by Cord. Like, as I said before, your team is affected by Cord when they are green, like my Lian just now. And that's unlucky, we got pushed. But, I don't know, I think the enemy team has Cauterize. Yes, they actually do. So, even with Cord, Damba feels pretty strong, so now he definitely feels better than before, because as I said, sometimes he felt a little bit meh, I don't know. So when your team was affected by Cord, so if they are not affected by Cord, he was really strong before, but now he feels just great, I would say. So I also tried the God legendaries or Ripened Gourd, but I, I actually didn't record. So yeah, the God legendary actually feels great as well. So maybe I record another video with the God Ripened Gourd and also cut it in this video. Depends on how long it actually is. That's lucky that she didn't kill us, but yeah, we were above 65%, so that's why she didn't kill us.
Very good.
No, I think we can't. Oh, maybe. Okay, Melian can touch. That's great. So if she stays alive, maybe we have enough damage to actually kill them and capture. I don't know. Yeah, now I just try to heal my Lian or my Sky, or just try to keep one alive, so to say. Healing my Yagorath and healing myself because I don't want to die. I'm sure if I die, we will lose. It's so close, she's about to die. Oh my god. No. Oh, that was kinda lucky. They didn't touch in time. Even though it looks like they are on the point. But yeah, Damba feels really good, I would say. So, hey again and welcome to the second part of the video, where I try out Ripened Gourd. So, we also will recognize the buffs to his spinning spirits, I think. But we also will recognize some card changes, because that's a card I actually use, the Ripened Gourd card. So you now can bring down the cooldown by 4 seconds. So it's around, I think when you start with Chronos 1, it's like 5 to 6 seconds. So with full Chronos, you could decrease it to 4 to 5 seconds or something. So every 4 to 5 seconds, a god which has doubled heal seems pretty strong. Although I still don't like that the god doesn't deal damage, just because I like to use my god aggressively. I like to use the god to defend me. That's why I think she's in a Tower of Firebomb or something. It's, I don't know. With Yago in the game, it's so weird sometimes, cause you don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know if it's an enemy Damba god, if it's a Tara Firebomb, if it's Yago's acid. So it's so much going on. It's so, I don't know. It's weird. They should, I don't know, maybe change the colors a little bit, or I don't know. Like, the stun was not intended actually. Yeah, so what I wanted to say, I still like dealing damage with my god, so that's why I don't like playing Ripened God, although the legendary on its own is pretty strong. You have a lot of heal. So the other thing I don't like about Ripened God is that you really rely on your team staying in your god or paying attention to your god. So I mean, you kind of have to throw God the way your team wants to push or wants to retreat or something. But if your team doesn't pay attention to your God, so don't look around and check where the God is, or just, I don't know, run out of the God, cause many people, I've seen it so often, it's so annoying. Like, they run out of the God is still on the ground, they're not even full HP, they're half HP or something, they healed a little bit, and they run out of the god, and that's something which really yeah, I don't know, makes it hard to play the legendary, cause if they don't stay in the god, then the whole reason why you would pick Ripened Gourd as a legendary is useless or is gone, so to say. Because yes, you have your right click to heal, but if the team doesn't stay in the god, and if you would have known it before, then you wouldn't have gone Ripened Gourd, you would have gone Spirit Chosen. So it's kinda hard to tell before the game starts, so you don't even know what legendary to go, or if your team stays into it or not. But that's something which makes it really hard, because it's something you can't control, you know. Like your Spirit Chosen, you can control. Like you have a lot of, well, it's not a mercy, but it's still a little bit more than 300. So you kind of have to have a control over who to heal, and if your team runs out of the god with Spirit Chosen, it's not that bad, because you already heal them for a lot with your Spirit Chosen, with your Manning Spirits. Although you not really want to use your right click and your god on the same person, maybe just to full heal them like Yago now. See, I couldn't tell if she's in the fire or if it's just the other Yago's acid. I don't know. It's so confusing, and which makes it even harder for me is that my guard is also like in an orange, red or something. So I don't know what's my guard, what is the fire. So maybe you have to turn down the graphics for that. But it's something I don't like, and we actually pushed it. So yeah, kind of uncontested the last push. But yeah, that's so far for the Damba legendaries. Like that's why I prefer Spirit Chosen, because you still have damage. It's easier for yourself actually to protect, because your god, if it deals damage, then you can, I don't know, stun someone, ult someone, whatever. Like throw a god on the ground, throw a god where they want to go or where they stand, and you already deal some damage with your god. Then if you play Damba a lot, or if you practiced enough, then you actually can hit his shots easily. So just practice your Damba aim, so to say, because it's projectile aim, but you get hang to it, like if you play it enough. So this time it looks like, I'm not sure, but sometimes it looks like you actually can't hear Yago in her ult. Like also in other matches I played, I tried to heal her, or another one of my team tried to heal her, so I saw the god underneath her or something, and I didn't see the heal. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to work like that and if it's true, but sometimes, or maybe every time, I don't know, I can't remember, but I remember that it happened at least sometimes, that you can't actually, or it looks like you can't heal her in her ult, which I don't know is. I mean, I understand why, because she can't really die in her whole ult. It's just her ult HP, so to say. But yeah, kinda weird to me to not can to can't heal her. But you apparently can set her back in time, so I think when Atlas sets her back, you you don't change her position, so to say. You just maybe bring her back to the HP where she was before or something. I don't know. And what I did there was like, why I looked into the wall or shot my stun into the wall was because I didn't want to feed Androx's reversal to not give him any damage to deal to me. Like if I would have shot into it and he would have hit me, I would have gotten damaged by him. So I wanted to make it harder for him to deal damage to me, and I wasn't sure if he uses any reset cards on hitting a reversal. So that's why I didn't want to shoot into it either, because I didn't want to give him any dash resets to make it easier to chase me or make it harder for me to actually hit him, because if he's dashing around, then it's actually pretty hard for me to hit him. But if he's just standing next to me or running in front of me or just fighting me on low ground, so to say, then it's not easy, but then it's easier for me to actually deal damage to him. I kind of want to stay behind a little bit in my team. We can't push anyway because my team isn't healthy enough, so we need to take some time to heal up. And I feel like on Ripened Gourd, it really doesn't matter if you use your gourd on yourself or not, because 4 seconds later, I mean, if your whole team is 1 HP, well, maybe not 1 HP, because if they're 1 HP, you wouldn't heal them, because it's more likely that they will die. But if they are low HP and you have a gourd up and you don't really need it, then obviously you want to use it on your team. But if your team is healthy enough but you are not or something, just use the gourd for yourself, because 4 seconds later you will have another gourd up. So it doesn't matter. It's a little bit different on Spirit Chosen, because then your cooldown is actually a little bit longer. At least if you, I mean, if you don't use any gourd cooldown reduction cards. If you do, then okay, fine, do it. But the heal isn't that much. Yeah, the reason why I'm retreating here is because it's pretty unlikely that we are gonna push. It's more likely that, or well, it's just like we are gonna lose. There's no way we're gonna win this. And if I would have went in to maybe help my Yago, I wasn't sure if I really could hear her because she was really far in, or the payload was really far in. So would have taken, it would have taken pretty long anyway to get in. And the other reason is I don't wanted to give them any credit, because if they would have killed me now, they would have gotten a lot of ult charge because they are back 2 points. They would have gotten a lot of credits because I have a high streak, so to say, and just in general, even if I wouldn't have had any streak, I don't want to give them any credits or, yeah, ult charge, because if they deal damage or kill me in the last seconds, they get, or well, at any time, but in the last seconds, it's a little bit higher. They get more credits and they get more ult charge. So that's why I retreated and let my Yago die, because there was no way we are gonna push it. And then it's more safer, or more, yeah, it's better to just retreat and let your team die. No, that's kinda unlucky. We want to get back. Kinda want to heal my Atlas if possible. Okay, I think, yeah, just ulting to make sure he gets out. And he's ulting as well. Lex definitely should get some resilience. Yeah, I couldn't do much there for my Yago, she died so fast. There was no way I could get on the point, or could get in line of sight. And now I just want to retreat. So maybe we have another time, another chance to touch, but I don't think so, because they have comeback mechanic, so they have fast cap. We should just set up for the defense, so to say. So you also could use your gourd like when you don't see the enemies, the allies. Sorry, when you don't see the allies. Okay, I don't know why she didn't go on my gourd. But I also like to use my right click on the enemy who is far away, because that's here I can definitely hit. The gourd is pretty hard to kind of hit over range, or just to, yeah, I mean, there is no infinite range on the gourd, so it will drop at some point and you don't know if you really hit your ally with it. So I prefer to use my right click on the far away enemy, far away ally, and the gourd on someone who's kinda close. And what I did before, like, you actually should go in the spawn if possible, if your team doesn't need you right now, so to say, to buy some cards, to buy some items. Because if you have enough credits, go in the spawn and buy items. Don't wait for you to die or something. Because if there's time, if the enemy team is not pushing, then go to the spawn, buy items, make yourself stronger, make your game appearance stronger, so to say. I really hope he doesn't push me. Okay, nice, my Atlas helps me, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I want to heal my Devourer, okay. See, he gets, okay, Yago gets ulted, but I think the ult works cause it doesn't change her position, her appearance or whatever, so it's not like a Pip ult where she becomes a chicken or Moji ult where she becomes a cookie or something. And she doesn't get displaced, that's why Atlas ult works. And I think for his rewind, it's like she stays on the same position but gets set back to the lowest HP, so to say. But I'm not sure. It's the first time I see it actually.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Yeah, I think
3,
they can't touch. So looks like we defended. Okay, good. Maybe. Okay, nice. He survived. Yeah, just getting Haven, because basically every one of them is Haven, except of Yago, or some abilities like Firebomb or Angel's Ult. But basically Haven is a better pick here. And I already have some damage reduction on my right click, as you know, but I still want to increase the damage reduction even more to make it even harder for them to actually kill me. So it looks kinda rough right now. I don't know what happened or something. But it looks kinda rough for us to defend it or to win it. So I'm sure they will win the next point as well. Just because of combat mechanic. I mean, okay, we have some ults. They probably have ults as well. But every time it happens, nah. The same thing. Yago went on the point and gets firebombed, and then I think it actually better to, if you're in the firebomb, don't swap your forms, don't swap to your role, so to say. Just because you lose your damage reduction then. And if you tell me like, yeah, I want to swap forms to get out or use my acceleration, acceleration actually gets crippled, and I think the Tyra plays burn monster, so just ulting to make sure I don't die. The Tyra plays burn monster, and the cripple actually affects the acceleration. So don't swap because you lose your damage reduction and you can't use your acceleration to get out. If you could use your acceleration to get out, then okay, fine, swap maybe. Use acceleration, get out, but otherwise just stay in your planted form to get less damage. Because burn monster actually does a lot of damage if you stay in it. Kind of want to get back because I saw Legs taking the teleporter, and I don't want to stagger, so maybe I can heal my Vora. But yeah, she probably dies. Yeah, it looks kind of rough here. I don't know. But it doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter if we win or not, because I want to test out the legendary. And I feel like the buffs, like the card changes, the more cooldown reduction feels actually really good. It feels so good to have a god up every, I don't know, every 4 seconds. Like, okay, 4 to 5 seconds actually, more like 5 seconds. But I think if you time it correctly, or if you just use the god when it's off cooldown, you almost can have up a good god the whole time. So this is pretty strong, I think. On other maps like Yagorath Falls or something, I think it's even stronger than on Timbermill because Timbermill is too open or too long. But on closer maps, it's definitely a good pick, I think. Although I still don't like that you don't do damage, but I think it's a great game to show how strong or how the card changes feel. I think they feel great. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a nice day. And always remember, don't forget, you guys are awesome.